Good morning. I'm not going to be putting a full face of makeup on. I thought I had the camera on. It wasn't. And it is what it is. So I'm not going to end up refilming it. I just want to put on just a little bit of blush. I used my CoverGirl. What is this? CoverGirl. Goodness. Can't read the label on this one. Let's grab another one. Two. One is a little longer than the other. This one is CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow Fill and Define Pencil and Crayon. Keeping it easy today. Jim left with his daughter to take his son back to the airport. He was visiting here for 2 weeks. He spent a week with his girlfriend on the opposite side of the island, which was really nice. And then for the rest of the week, he spent it with us, or mostly with Jim, to spend time with his dad. I'm going to be touching up my eyebrows just a little bit. I'm not going to be putting on a full face. I like just sitting here with a minimal amount of makeup. Who knows? Maybe one of my other videos or future videos, who knows? I'll be showing up with more makeup, depending. I haven't been filming for my other channel. What is today? What is today? Let me grab my iPad. Today is Saturday, July 10th. Woke up, made my bed. That's one of my pet peeves. I have to wake up and make my bed. Jim gets a little irritated, but that's too bad. I like having my bed made. I'll have to apologize. Not always. I don't always make my bed. I would say maybe 95% of the time I'm making my bed. The only time I don't is when he's off or we have a rainy day. We just want to spend time together in bed, chill out. Jim might be answering some emails because he's on call 24/7 with the company that he's with. And I just want to have him get up and, hey, move. I need to go ahead and fix the bed. So I'll just keep it. This blush is from Emori. The pans are not as big as you think it is because the palette that holds it is a little on the thin side. This is actually my second palette for blushes. I just wanted to add a little bit of color onto my cheeks. And yes, if it's a little too dark, I can always kind of blend it down a little with my blush. A little on the forehead. I'm going to be wearing sunglasses because I got to run some errands today. I don't know, maybe some or shopping. We'll see. And I'm going to be wearing sunglasses, so I really do not have to worry about makeup. The mask mandate here in Hawaii is still on. I still find that even with this channel only having this might will be my third video, YouTube has these trigger words that if you mention the name of our president, who I think it's a little cuckoo right now, that dude, I mean, sometimes when I think I have problems, I think our Mr. B president, sometimes I feel like he's just being used as a puppet. There's other people behind the scenes that's kind of running the show. On my main channel, when I first started YouTube, I did a video saying, I'm not going to be talking about sex, politics, and religion. And a few times I think I spoke about religion, like maybe what church I go to, or if I was filming on a Sunday, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah. What kind of lip do I want to use today? Because I'm wearing sunglasses, I don't have to really worry. So, maybe a neutral lip, yeah? Let's see. This girl has enough lipsticks. What kind of lipstick do we want to wear today? Like, this girl does not have enough lipsticks, Bronwyn. How can you not pick up lipstick? And they make the labels on this thing so darn small, you can't even read it. This one is a Marc Jacobs. This one is an Understudy. Ooh, way too bright. I'll swatch it anyway. Understudy, too bright. I might be still wearing this white tank top. I like wearing a crisp white tank top as soon as I wake up. Ooh, this is more like it. This one is Role Play. That's more up my alley, I think. Still neutral. Looks like you have lipstick, but you're not wearing lipstick. You know, my mom always used to say, let people see you first and then the makeup. And of course, when I tried to explain to my grandma when she was still alive, that I'm filming a no makeup look. You know what her version of a no makeup look was? Wearing no makeup. Okay, maybe a light or very lighting pressed powder. I know she always used to do her hair. She used to have pin curls in her hair. She used to take bobby pins. I'm just taking off this lipstick here before it ends up on my white tank top. She used to take, I think it's bobby pins, and mist her hair with a little bit of water and take her hair. Her hair wasn't really, her hair was a little longer than that, but she would take a portion of her hair and twist it and make a little curl and put a little pin in it. And then in the morning, end up waking up, taking out the pins. Well, first she used to wear like a hairnet because she would just end up sleeping on her back exactly like this, which I can. I'm a side sleeper. Wake up in the morning, take out the pins, and then kind of just like run her fingers through it, because back then meaning, you know, 70s and 80s, my grandma was very frugal. Like she was still living in the Depression, which is not a bad thing. Got the mug this time, a little early. Feeling a little shaky this morning, I don't know why. I took my vitamins. I'll sometimes split between taking a general multi-level vitamin. I'll bring it over here one day. And then I jump back and forth between that one and a Halo vitamin for her, meaning Tati's vitamins. So she has a line for men and women, so I take the one for women once a day. Before I ended up taking it, I took a screenshot of all the ingredients on it and went to my doctor and asked him his opinion. So I bought a drugstore, I think it was Centrum Silver, you know, anybody over 50, blah blah blah. Took that and then took Tati's vitamin and showed it to him and asked him his thoughts. He actually said that Tati's vitamins, even though it's making me slightly jitterish, he said over time, anything that you end up taking like a multivitamin or supplement takes time for your body to absorb it and get used to it. And the reason why my body was having a hard time adjusting to it was because there were better ingredients actually in it. And the only thing I am concerned about, I'm going to be honest, the only thing that I'm concerned was that Tati kind of disappeared off of YouTube. I know she's back. She disappeared off of YouTube for like, what, a year? It was during COVID. And she decided just to take a break. She just decided to take a break. And that kind of scared me a little. Not that she wasn't on YouTube, but that when you are a ambassador for your own company, her eyeshadow, her, what is it, her beauty line and her Halo supplement line, I still feel like you need to be a little bit like in the public's eye when you're selling products like that, and not just disappear, because I've been on her vitamins for about a year. So I'll go every other day, like a Centrum Silver on a Monday, take her Halo multivitamin for women on a Tuesday, and on and on and on. I'm not sure when you're watching the video, but it's in the morning. what, 8:30, 8:35. Jim went to the opposite side of the island, like I mentioned before. Took his son to the airport. He's going to stop up at one of the stores there to check on them, maybe for 20-30 minutes, and then come back. So I decided that since it's a beautiful day, I'm able to look out of my window, I'd, you know, film a video for this channel. I do film, and I wish I could film a little bit more often, but I tend to film when either there's nobody home, or my other prior to videos I filmed when Jim's daughter was home. My door to my bedroom was shut, because I think that I just want privacy when I'm filming for this particular channel. I don't want people walking back and forth, because I don't want to edit it out. That's all. I just don't want to edit. Just don't want to edit it out. The flowers in the front of my house are doing a little better. The last time Jim went to Home Depot, he brought me home a yellow hibiscus plant. I love hibiscus because they tend to bloom all year round here in Hawaii. So I have, oh, what is it, like 6 towards the front gate of my home. And some of the other colors are a little more on the bright side. In fact, I think I have a picture. Hang on. I think I have it on my iPad. Under photos. I don't want to be inserting crap. And I just don't want to be inserting and putting this into an editing program just to show you some flowers. So what we'll do is I'll open up my iPad to photos. My son took like a little video of it for me. I apologize for my ring light. Let me do that. But that's the yellow one. My son, who's not feeling well, when he's out and about in the front, he'll take little snippets for me for my Instagram. And these are the other hibiscus colors that I have. I think there's like 4 of these towards the front. These tend to bloom really nicely. And this is like the little, actually that's me with my last thumbnail. Let's go back to the hibiscus. I think it's the same photo. Or like a little mini video. Bring it up a little closer. I can't do that because of the ring light. Yeah, I love me some hibiscus. I was debating on doing plumerias, but I did try to order some maybe about a year and a half ago off of somebody from Instagram, and this really pissed me off. I spent like $91 for shipping and some hibiscus cuttings, and the only reason why I wanted their cuttings was because they're on the island of Oahu, which is in Hawaii, so the shipping wouldn't have been that bad. And they were a very hybrid type of plumeria. And I think they would ship it directly to your home via FedEx. So I spent $91 for 3 or 4 cuttings like that, rooted, of course, like how you would order roses online. And guess what? This girl never got it. Never got it. Sent them an offline message on Instagram, took a screenshot of my billing. I used my PayPal. I reported it to PayPal. PayPal actually reimbursed me for the $91, but my biggest thing was holding them accountable. I don't like when I order stuff from people and they don't follow through. That really is one of my biggest pet peeves. Now, if I order something and I don't like it through Amazon, I can just put it back into the box, order a label or return label, and they'll email me the label. I'll print it out on a piece of paper, tape up the box. I have to take it to my local, not post office, but UPS, and drop it off there. UPS does not do pickups at my house. I don't know why. They should, but maybe because I'm not paying for the postage to return it. So today's coffee is roasted macadamia nut coffee with half and half cream. I already have a lipstick mark on my glass right there. I can hear the neighbors, they're up already. That's why it's on my other channel. I tend to film at night or when they're not at home, or early evening when the kids are actually in the house, because they enjoy being it is hot and it's summer. The parents will go ahead and put out a pool for them to go ahead and swim in. So yeah, I'm not really mad that I have loud neighbors because I have grandchildren, so I expect children to be making noise. So when I get done filming this video, and I'm hoping to making it a little longer, I'll touch up my makeup. And I use my CoverGirl pressed powder, or short Q. Some makeup on it. That's what it looks like. I always have, it comes with a mirror on the inside. Screw hit pan. This one is CoverGirl Clean Powder Foundation for normal skin. I don't have normal skin, I have combination skin, but it still works. The shelf life is 36 months. The number is 525 Buff Beige. I don't think that'll get picked up on camera. I know I'm not linking it on the bottom because I don't want to be linking stuff on the bottom. I'm just lazy. But I'll either take my powder puff like this when I'm out and about and touch up my makeup like this. Just kind of pressing into the skin. Kind of just to take away a little bit of that shine. Or when I am at home, I'll use my IT Cosmetic brush, which needs to be cleaned. I might just end up cleaning my makeup brushes. You know, that might be a great idea for me to be cleaning my makeup brushes and talking to you guys at the same time. But I tend to take my makeup brushes either to my bathroom sink or my kitchen sink and get it cleaned. But I love this IT Cosmetic brush, dual-ended. I take this one especially when we're traveling, so that way it's like I'm having two brushes instead of one. That's what it boils down to. Foundation. What did I use for foundation today? Tried to keep it a little simple. I used my Tarte. Had this one for a while. It's a medium honey. I think I have another one. I'll use Tan Sand. This is the Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation, broad spectrum with SPF sunscreen in it. This one is in Tan Sand. This one I'll use all over my face. And I bought a slightly lighter color, medium honey. So medium honey I'll use underneath my eyes. Doesn't really cover all of my dark circles, but it is what it is. So this one on my face, and this one, being it is full coverage, I'll take a smaller one and put a little bit of that underneath my eyes. This one does say it's a 12-hour makeup, oil-free makeup, but I find that their Amazonian Clay on Tarte Cosmetics is really good. I used to use, what was it? I kind of threw it into the trash when I first started YouTube. I want to say Kat Von D, but I don't think it's Kat Von D. It was a makeup that would cover tattoos. Maybe it was Kat Von D. And of course, I was watching someone who was talking about Milani. So of course, I had to go grab my Milani. Totally forgot about it. I have two colors. Won't be leaking them down the bottom. The nice thing about Milani is that it's drugstore, it's affordable, and this one is their Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I use 08A Warm Sand on my face, not today, but normally. And then I always buy a lighter shade, which is in 04 Medium Beige as a concealer. I buy two. So then that way when I'm not self-tanning, I'll have different colors. In fact, the Warm Sand, I'll swatch for you. Just a small amount. Warm Sand. Let's put this away. I told myself I was going to put it right in front of my vanity when I saw another content creator talking about it. That's Warm Sand. And even though it looks a little lighter, that's because I'm in front of my window. And the other one, which is Medium Beige, is a lot lighter. You'll be able to tell when I swatch it right next to this other one. I'm using a different finger. See? This one is the medium beige, and then the darker one is the Warm Sand. Did I get that correct? Medium beige is the lighter one there, and the Warm Sand is this one. Now it tends to oxidize a little on me. I apologize for that noise. See what happens when you're not editing? Things come crashing down in your vanity. And you know what? Who cares? But it tends to oxidize a little on me. So what will end up happening is that when I put this one on, I'll use a moisturizer first. And then I'll put a primer. Then a little bit of a pressed powder. Then put the foundation on. Let it sit. Go get a cup of coffee. Get a piece of toast. Let it slightly oxidize first, and then I'll come back and it'll be slightly darker. Then of course, by the time I put on my powder, bronzer, blush, and everything, it'll look great. It really looks great. Let's see. You know, it feels really nice to just be able to sit here and talk. I'm with my white tank. Today, I'm not wearing my pearl earrings. I'm wearing these earrings that I got from my mom. Need to be cleaned. For diamond earrings. Sometimes I feel, I'll probably wear it here, but then when I tend to go out, I'll only wear it like if I'm going out for date night or a special occasion with Jim. Why? Because I don't want to lose them. I was debating on having it reset, taking out these diamonds, having them reset it in a different design or in the same design, but actually turn it into more of a dangling stud and put screw backs actually on the back, which would be a lot safer. Because when I used to work at sales, my first real pair of jewelry was given to me by either my mom or my dad. My blue aquamarine earrings, which is my birthstone for March, and I lost one side going on a date night with my first boyfriend. Actually, not really my first boyfriend. My first husband, who was originally first my boyfriend, then my husband. And I felt really bad. We searched his car. We ended up looking around and see where it fell. Did it fall on my blouse? Did it fall on the floor? And I just never found it. And I felt bad ever since. And then I think the second pair was some expensive pearl stud earrings I think my mom gave me. And I didn't want to change them to screw backs. And I ended up misplacing one side. So what I did with the other pearl was I had them turn it into a pendant. So ever since then, all my expensive jewelry, diamonds, sapphires, rubies, I'll send them off to someone that sizes your jewelry, and they'll turn them into screw backs. And even though it's more time consuming in putting it on, you won't end up losing it. You will not end up losing it. And I think that's it. Yeah, but yeah, these earrings were actually from my mom. Let me know what time you're watching this video. I know, well, I'm just putting it on public. I had it on, I had my other prior to videos as unlisted in the beginning, and then I shared it with a girlfriend. I asked her thoughts, and she said that was great. So it's on public. In the tags, when you're first uploading a video, in the description bar, I think when you're first uploading a video, it says what kind of tags do you want to put in there. And one of the things I'm definitely leaving out is women over 40 or mature women. And it's not that I don't want mature women following me on this channel, because I have another beauty channel, to be honest. I really do. And when I first started YouTube, there was a few content creators that I thought were my friends, but they weren't. They were like drama queens. It was all about them. Let me be a friend. You follow me, I follow you, blah, blah, blah. And I got hooked into that. And eventually, I slowly dropped them like a hot potato, one at a time. In fact, I ended up, I think it's on my other channel. I'm not sure what the title is called. I think it's like My Honest Thoughts or something like that. I had a bunch of mature women that were sort of like wanting to dictate, you know, because there's like a little click. Even though people say there's no clicks on YouTube, there are clicks in YouTube. Just like how there's clicks at work, clicks in high school, you know, you're hanging around with certain girls or guys or whatever, whether you're accepted into their clique and everything. And yes, there's clicks on YouTube. And I could kind of sense when they would either send me an offline message on Facebook, or back then you could send people messages offline on YouTube, but YouTube kind of took away that and put their community page or whatever where you can put other stuff, and I don't even use that as well. And I had a couple of content creators that were just, I don't know, just way too much drama for me, just way too much drama. And that's when I decided to go into my subscription list and just clean house. Well, I slowly clean house. I think I eliminated like 12 or 13 of them, and those were like the nasty ones, the ones that thought that they, you know, they're the big gurus on YouTube for beauty, maturity, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, either their lighting is out of whack, or they think that whatever maturity advice they end up giving you on beauty and skincare, even though they get Botox and fillers, is, you know, set in stone. You should be watching them. There should be a comment from you, so when they see your comment, they can go over and give you a comment on your video. And that's just bullshit. If you go over to my, for those of you who know who I am, go over to my main channel and you look at the comment section. I would say there's probably more standard people that don't have channels than content creators that follow me. There are a few, but when I look at my analyticals, and I was just looking at it yesterday, it says 68% of the people that watch your video are not subscribed to you, which tells me a lot, because the other percentage are the people who are supposed to be following you but are not, or choosing not to, which I don't care. I mean, if they choose not to, whatever. When people unsubscribe and stuff like that, it doesn't bother me. I don't really pay attention to my subscriber count on my main channel. I just don't. In my other two videos, I have a standard, well, this is not really a wedding band. This is just a white gold band. A little bit more, there's a little bit of a diamond cut here in the center. Jim got this for me. I tend to wear it when I'm walking around the house. You know, if I'm out in the yard or whatever, if it gets dinged up and scratched up or whatever, I don't really care. This is my engagement ring from Jim. I think I might have like a mini, like, what, 29-second video on it on my Facebook. This week, Wednesday, I gotta go do my nails. So, my nails are looking a little crappy, but it's painted. This one is the 3.5 carats. The center stone is, in fact, let me turn off my ring light. Hang on. Can't reach it. Get a little closer. Let's turn off the ring light. Turn it down a little. And then see if I'm able to show you the ring a little better. So there's actually a center stone right there. Down is 1 carat, surrounded by diamonds. And then there's baguettes here and a double row of round diamonds. It's all set in one piece. We bought it exactly like this. So, let me turn on my light. Not as bright today. And my chair must be a little farther away because I can't reach it. There we go. Let me fix my chair. I think the last time I was a little closer. So, if I know I'm going out, I'll wear my ring. Other than that, I don't. I'll wear my band. Just this one right here. Simple. If I'm putting on my makeup, I don't wear my nice ring because I don't want to get makeup in it. And every 6 months, I'll take the bond certificate that Jim got with the ring because it paid for lifetime warranty with Zales Jewelers, which I think was, I know it's under $1,000, but more than $900, probably like $950 or something. And to add that on to the cost of the ring, and they give you like a bond certificate giving you the total carat weight and how many diamonds, blah blah blah, the cut color clarity of the ring, especially with the center diamond. And then they give you a sheet where you bring it in, and whenever they're cleaning it, they'll go ahead and sign off and inspect the prongs to see if there's any loose diamonds. And if there is, then they'll get it fixed. I think I've had this since 2000, not so much in 2010, because I got divorced in 2008 from my second marriage. Let's see. Really didn't get too serious with Jim until 2010. And can't remember. It's been that long. We've been engaged for like years. We've been wanting to get married. But I prefer a longer engagement, only because I have pension from my ex-husband that I don't want to lose. So let's put the ring back in the box. It has a little home that it sits in. At the end of every day, I know exactly where it goes. Into my Zales box. Zales Jewelers. In fact, I think it just fell out. Let's check. Yes, it did. Plug it right back in. So we got that. I have another sterling silver ring that I came across. I was cleaning out or just rummaging through some of my jewelry. I enjoy just sitting down on my bed, putting a sheet down on my bed, and either starting off with my earrings or bracelets, whatever, and just kind of reminiscing on all of my jewelry. I can definitely tell you where each piece came from, whether I bought it or Jim bought it, or it was from my mom or from a friend or from a girlfriend, or from a flea market, a garage sale, or a Macy's, Nordstrom's, whatever. This one was actually given to me by a girlfriend. This one is actually white sapphires. It looks like it has a little cage design to it. It's all one piece like this. That's the back. This is the front. It's actually in white gold. But these are not diamonds, they're white sapphires. Had it for a while. But I feel like it doesn't compete against my other ring. Here, I'll show you when I'm going out. It's kind of a little understated. So this one from far away it's not as flashy as this one here. So it just depends on my mood. When I'm in a mood, I'll do that. I know some people will film with their fancy diamond rings on YouTube. But, you know, with me is, if I forget to have it when I'm filming, then it is what it is. Oh, I have to do my morning stretches because I have lupus. Sometimes I feel like I'm such a Debbie Downer in this video. On this channel. Not so much my other channel. And it's mostly, it's not that, well, okay, I'll be honest. I film for my other channel when I'm in a really good mood. I have to be in a really good mindset on my other channel. Whereas with this one, if I'm feeling a little melancholy, I guess I feel a little bit more comfortable. I know that, you know, when I first started YouTube, my mom I used to tell my mom, well, I don't think my channel's gonna do good and everything. And, you know, I would show her some of these other channels, not so much beauty, maturity women, but just, you know, YouTube in general. And my mom says, don't worry. Most people only post their success stories and their good days on YouTube. They never post their failures. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's sort of like how when you see these content creators who post their what I eat in a day, and it's all staged in this nice crystal platter, and they're in their kitchen on their marble counters cutting everything, and you see them sitting down while they're editing and everything. I think majority of that is just bullshit. I think for most people, whatever you eat in a day, you know, you should be waking up in your pajamas, going to the kitchen, showing us what you're actually eating for the day. Again, that's just my opinion. Just ended up whacking my camera stand here. Apologize for that. But I think this video has been going on for 38 minutes. I kind of wanted this one to be a little longer, to be honest. But nothing in particular as far as what I wanted to say. It was just sitting down here and chatting with you guys. Jim should be back by, I think he needs to be back at 12 or 12:30 because his daughter goes to work. She works at Target. So he's going to have to come back so she has time to go ahead and get ready for work. Fixing the camera. So they didn't move those sticks in the corner. It's just there. It's just there. Nothing big, nothing special. I need to rearrange my closet. This area over here. I actually downsized and I want to have a garage sale. I was telling Jim that I wanted to have probably a garage sale maybe in August or September, but I need to find a time when he's able to be off and Jim's daughter's able to be off, because the kind of garage sales that I like to have is that I'll have Jim's daughter, my son and his fiance downstairs, and myself and Jim. We'll just go through every single room and just declutter stuff. And to be honest, if I haven't used it probably within 6 months, it goes into the garage sale. Everybody has a different color tag for a garage sale. So I might be, you know, those little circles that you get in different colors, comes in like pink, yellow, green, orange. Everybody's designated a color. And we add up all of the tags at the end of the garage sale. And I think at my last garage sale, I probably made $700 or $800. And then anything else that was left, because I don't put items out there that are either broken, chipped, or dirty, like clothing and stuff like that. It's all in like really good condition. And everything after that, let's see, would prior to COVID be donated to a women's battered shelter, which is another topic I need to make one day. After my second marriage, I was in a women's battered shelter. Or what I'll do is I'll bag everything up in a couple of nice boxes and drop it off at my local Salvation Army over here. So we'll do that. I think I've made a punch list on some of the other topics that I want to end up talking about, but I definitely need to put my story on after my second marriage. How my son and I were in a women's battered shelter because my second husband was extremely abusive, verbally, mentally, and physically. Which I'm probably not gonna be able to wear makeup or something like that. I'll either be, I don't know how I'll be when I end up talking about it, but yeah, I'll end up talking about it. In fact, when I first met Jim, he saw my scar that I have here, which is not that bad. It was worse before. Maybe I'll talk about it a little bit here since I still have a few minutes. When I first met him, and I'm still going to be doing a separate video on it. This is just a mini little thing. We were together for 23 years, married for 20. I had one child from him. That's my youngest son, who is receiving treatment at this time because I hate saying the C word. And the first 10 years, I think, of our marriage was great. When I first met him, he just came out of rehab, which I didn't want to be judgmental at that time because I was single for 3 to 5 years after my first marriage. So I didn't want to be, judgmental on whether he drank too much, but he was in the National Guard. And he went into a rehabilitation program for a couple of weeks. Yeah. Couldn't see his wife at that time. He was still married and his children. His mom and dad lived on the other island, which he was transferred to. The hospital or the military hospital he went to was Tripler Medical Center. Stayed there for like a couple of weeks. Came out, moved out, got separated from his first wife at that time, and lived on his own. Started his divorce proceedings. So by the time I met him, he was already divorced. Of course, his wife would be a totally different topic. That could be a totally separate video if you want to hear about a crazy ex-wife story. And when I met him, he was already sober for 3 years. 3 years. Great. Helpful. Took care of his kids, paid his child support. Basically bought everything because his ex-wife was lazy. Her only concern was that she would enjoy just shoving the kids with us on weekends so she could party with her friends, But it's amazing. It's just really, really, really amazing. On people who want to have children, and their only concern is to be very vindictive so they can get even with their ex-husbands or ex-wives in this kind of situation. So, yeah. But within, I think, 10 years, we got separated. His drinking started getting really bad. He started fooling around, flirting. Not so much well, okay, I'll be honest, flirting with other women, not just on the side or on the internet, but actually in front of me, which really made me feel bad. I mean, who wants to see their husband flirting with another woman in front of them? And my mom used to get pissed. My mom just used to say it like it is. Which I did appreciate. Coffee break. Don't want to end up crying today. Because I will. Yeah, so I remember the reason why our marriage started going a little downhill was, one, I was in charge of the finances because we had bought a house together. Then we got married after that. I didn't have my son at that time until, I think after 10 years we were together. And he came to me one day. I'm not sure whether it was like a special occasion or anniversary or something. But I remember him asking me, oh, I'm going to buy ourselves a bottle of wine so you and I can celebrate. Because at that time we were attending church. And our church does not serve wine when they're doing communion. It's like grape juice or something like that. And I thought it was kind of strange that he wanted to drink wine because he was already sober for, you know, five or 6 years at that time. And I told him no, because I didn't feel that it was right. Because, of course, once you start off with wine, it ended up leading to beer. And then from beer, it ended up leading to hard liquor. And I would say by the time our 10th year anniversary kind of came across, it was not good. It wasn't good. I think to the point where if the police weren't over at our house, let's just say this, if the police weren't over at our house at least once a week because of his domestic violence, it wasn't normal. My brother at that time lived across the street. In the beginning, he used to come over and check on me. He gave me his thoughts and opinion as a brother, which I appreciate, you know, leave them and everything. But I think after getting divorced from my first husband and then getting married to this one, I don't know. I felt like when you take your wedding vows and you're like, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, sickness and in health, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to change him, which I know you're not supposed to. Because the only person that can change him is him. But I was stubborn. I wanted to try and not so much save him, but I think, you know, and I'm going to be honest, make him be something that I wanted him to be. I wanted him to go to work, which he did, you know, stop flirting with women, stop chatting with women. Sorry about that. Now I need to splice these two things together. I'm not editing. My little timer thing went off because I have a load of laundry in. So I think between him going back to drinking, flirting, of course my mom found out that he was fooling around with a younger girl. That can be a whole totally separate video. I can keep names like anonymous if you want. And yeah, I think it was around, I know it was nighttime, because I was saving up money and hiding it from him. So one day when I decided to move out, I would have cash actually on the side. And believe me, this is just a shorter version of the whole situation. I ended up bringing some clothes in a suitcase to my sister's house, hiding money, which doesn't matter. He found it anyway. He was emotionally and verbally and physically abusive. My son, who was 9 at that time. Let me rewind this story a little bit. After 10 years, I found that he was fooling around. He asked to move out because he wanted to be with his girlfriends and clubbing and everything. So, after I told my mom that, she said, Ronaldin, let him go. And you know what? Don't let the screen door whack him in his ass on the way out. Let him go. Let him take his shit and have him move out of the house. So we did that. He was gone for a year. A whole freaking year. Okay? Not helping me out with the mortgage. Not helping me out with utilities. I struggled paying the mortgage for that house by myself and everything. And I actually sort of felt good living by myself. That was actually one of the first times in 12 years since I was 18 years old at that time. Actually, more than that. More like, because I got married right out of, not like out of high school. I was like 18 and a half. So my first marriage lasted together for 10, married for 7, got divorced, blah, blah, blah. I'll talk about that later. And then with this one, he moved out for a year. I thought, his girlfriends were going to take care of him. He was a man, going clubbing, blah, 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 because he couldn't do that when he was with me. And as I got closer to a year with him being gone, I don't know. I guess, well, no, he came back saying that his kids, who were at that time like in their 20s and 30s, was doing their own thing. And I won't say ignore them, but they had their own lives. All of his girlfriends dumped him, one after the other, which my mom said that was going to end up happening. And he apologized. It was around Thanksgiving of 98. Yeah, Thanksgiving of 1998. And I always believe in forgiveness, so I forgave him and took him back. He moved back into the house. Of course, my mom hit the roof. My dad was upset, but my mom was pissed. My mom was livid with me. I don't think she talked to me for like about 3 months. Which now with me helping my oldest son, going through his situation with his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, that's a totally different topic. My oldest, who is 33, going on 34 this year, lives with me now. And he went to a bad breakup. I can truly understand how tough it is to be a parent and to be able to do this with your mouth. And yeah, after I took back my husband at that time, my second husband, I got pregnant with my son. And within 9 months of taking him back, he was already flirting, fooling around. So I stuck around for another, 9 years. And we were having domestic situations off and on. He was very violent. He went back to drinking. And it wasn't a pretty sight at all. It wasn't a pretty sight. At that time, I remember a really bad situation where the neighbors called 911. And I remember having a female officer come and talk to me. And literally, this is what she told me. If you don't get out of this relationship, because she gave me the number for like a women's crisis shelter, a hotline for women being abused, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally abused and everything. She literally looked me in the face and she says, do you know that your address is being flagged because we find out that we're up here at least for minimum, maybe twice or 3 times a month. I think the maximum we've ever had the cops up at the house that I had with him was probably 4 times a week. And it just came down to the point where that female officer, I still run into her today. She told me, if he can hit you he'll hit your son. And one day, when he's throwing stuff at you, because he enjoyed just picking up whether it was a remote control or his cell phone, whatever, an object, an ashtray. One of these days, he's going to pick up an object, he's going to throw it at you, he's going to miss you, and he's going to hit your son. And if your son ends up getting injured or dies, it's not just your husband's fault, but your fault for allowing it. And that's where I think it hit me. So I had my phone at that time. I took the number for the hotline. And she told me there were these evening classes that I can go to kind of like retrain your brain to realize that the problem is not you, but him, or a combination of both of you to limit. But she says he seems like he's a very good man, but when he's drinking, he's extremely violent. And if he's choosing not to change, and if you already took him back after him being gone for a year and he hasn't changed, then as a mother and as a woman, you need to make a decision, not just for yourself, but for your child. And it took me a while. I tolerated it for a couple of months after that. And it got down to a really bad breaking point one night where he kicked me and my son out at 2 o'clock in the morning. I remember jumping into my van. I know I'm not going to end up crying. I've told this story like a few times to some other people. 2 o'clock in the morning. My brother across the street didn't want to take me in, so I went to my older sister's house. She lived maybe 15 or 20 minutes away. And yeah, good thing I had clothes at my sister's house and some money saved up. I stayed with her for like about 2 days. He came down begging for me to come home, and he apologized, and he said he had these bullshit blackout moments, and it's the alcohol talking, da 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 da. And I think I was just done. I was done. It was so bad to the point where I had my lupus at that time, and I wasn't able to even sleep good at night because I felt like I was walking on eggshells because I didn't know what kind of reaction he was going to end up having, whether he was going to be violent or not. Or I would go sleep in my son's room, and in my son's room there was a closet, and I turned the closet into like a little mini safe room for him, where there was a latch and lock on the inside. I had my dad come over and put a latch or a lock, and I put a landline in there that my husband at that time didn't know. And I told my son, if at any time you heard mommy and daddy fighting and mom didn't come into the room, the first thing I want you to do is close and lock the door to your bedroom, and then take yourself and put yourself into the closet. And I had like a little sticked up night light so he wouldn't be in the dark. And I said, no matter the situation, if I ever told you to go into that safe room or closet and lock yourself in there, do not come out until a police officer comes and gets you. That's how bad that situation was. And this is just a short version of what it is. Coffee time before she starts crying. If I'm able to make another video today, I will. But if not, you'll see one in a few days. Jim has to go off island for a few days. And I made some notes from my first video. Watched it. Ended up crying again. I was crying as I was watching it. Watching my own video. I don't know why. But here's some topics that I can talk about. I don't know whether I really want to talk about my prior relationships. I think I really want to talk about topics that I would not talk about on my other channel. That's what I want to do. Just have a coffee, sit down, chat with you guys, and I don't know, have a real, true conversation. My life unedited. I'll put a lip balm over my lipstick. Yeah. You're saying, girl, if you end up doing that, you're going to end up getting lipstick on your lip balm, which I just did. Not that the lipstick was getting a little dry. I just wanted a little bit of a lip balm. So I need to go check my laundry, and who knows, I might be back with another video. I'm going to try and keep them a little longer, but if I do have interruptions, then I'll have to splice it out, because my younger son isn't feeling well, and sometimes he'll come upstairs and talk with me. So if you see just a plain splice, that's only because he doesn't want to be in video. He'll walk in, and once he sees me, you know, he'll walk in and go, "You're on YouTube, aren't you? You're doing a video." And I'll say, "Yeah." And he'll say, "Okay," and he starts reversing out of the room quietly. If I leave it in, I leave it in. If I don't, I don't. Also wanted to share these. I know I was going to end the video, but not. And this is not the actual one that I ended up using. I found this actually on Amazon or eBay. 3D. Has an indentation for your nose and your eyes towards the back. So you actually have eye sockets. So that way when you're sleeping, either during the day or at night, goes over your face like this. So actually, let's take off the Velcro. Over your face like this. So it has an indentation for your nose right there. And I'll fix the adjustment for the straps. So then that way I don't feel like my eyes are against the material. I do have some silk masks that I use, but I think I prefer these only because there's an indentation, because I don't like any light actually showing through. So we'll end this video. Sorry that I had to splice the two together, but my timer went off for my dryer, and my life unedited, right? So I hope that everyone out there is having a good day. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.